Hi friends, this is Dr. Abdequaem Chimthanawala. Today let us discuss one of the very important and frequently used polycrest remedy, that is Natrum muriaticum. I know this remedy has been studied very deeply in our college days, but I'll tell you today some of the very important symptoms of Natrum in relation to perspiration, sweating, पसीना. ये एक पर्टिकुलर एक पार्ट है नाइट्रोम्यूर का जो हमने कभी सुना नहीं और हमने कभी सिम्टम लिए नहीं. सो दिस पार्ट ऑफ नाइट्रोम्यूर ऑफ perspiration is very important to know how does a natriuretic patient perspire, because this symptom a patient can easily remember and the patient can easily describe, and we can also see the symptom on the patient. So remember, a natriuretic patient perspiration is with gastric complaints. Whenever the patient says that I am not feeling my stomach is bad, my stomach is not good, I have a lot of bloating, distension, whatever the complaints. If in gastric complaints the patient suffers from perspiration, sweating, then you must think about Natrum. 3-4 remedies which you think about in this context is carboveg, nitric acid and sepia. That is perspiration with gastric complaints. And what happens in the perspiration of Natrum, whenever there is headache, whenever the patient says that whenever I have headache, जब भी मुझे सर दर्द होता है मुझे पसीना आना शुरू हो जाता है. Now this again is a very very important symptom of Natrum. But of course don't forget arsenic album, mercury, sulfur, pulsatilla. These remedy also have perspiration during headache. And this is important because if you are treating a case of migraine and you're not getting the exact mental symptoms of the patient, then get the symptoms of the local affection which defines the headache, that will define the patient itself. For example, Natrum, headache, perspiration during headache. And one step ahead you have to remember in Natrum, this is a very very important symptom, that perspiration at the start of headache. The patient comes and tells you, डॉक्टर साहब जब भी मुझे सर दर्द होता है ना, उसके पहले मुझे बहुत पसीना आता है, फिर सर दर्द शुरू होता है. So I have sweating, perspiration, and then the headache starts. This is a very very important symptom of Natrum headache. Do remember this because this can be very useful in prescribing in case of migraine. Now there are a lot of other symptoms of perspiration, but I'll tell you the symptom which I have seen in my practice, and this has been very useful in my day-to-day practice. The odor of perspiration of Natrum is also important, and the patient will typically describe that perspiration. He'll say, जैसे यूरिन की बास आती है ना, वैसी मुझे पसीने की बास आती है. So this is the odor of the perspiration of a Natrum patient. That is, odor of the perspiration is urine-like. And with this context, you must always remember Natrum with 3-4 remedies. And the first is nitric acid. Second is cantharis. Third is Natrum, and fourth, which I use in my practice, is causticum. Of course, there are a lot of other remedies, but these 4-5 remedies are very very important in urinous odor of perspiration. As you go further in Natrum, perspiration symptoms also has one more character. Whenever a Natrum patient becomes very angry, whenever there is rage, it is called rage, he is so angry, the perspiration starts. This is again a very very typical feature of Natrum perspiration. Whenever there is rage, whenever the patient is angry, during rage there is perspiration, and you have to compare this with remedies like belladonna, opium, cantharis, stramonium. These all remedies also have perspiration during rage. These symptoms are important because this will define the patient and which will guide you to the symptom. And of course, Natrum patient's perspiration is salty perspiration. Of course, whenever you get salty perspiration, you must think about Natrum, but also think about selenium. This is again a very very important remedy when the perspiration is salty. And I'll go one step further. Deposits after perspiration is salty. Patient आके बोलेंगे मेरे पूरे कपड़े पे सी सॉल्ट के समान व्हाइट डिपॉजिट्स आए थे. Deposit salty of perspiration is also a very very important indication of Natrum perspiration and also selenium. And if this perspiration is more severe, then the patient says कि मेरे पूरे कपड़े पूरे कड़क हो जाते हैं, the perspiration stiffens the linen. This is again a very, very important and a very, very hallmark symptom of natrium. Do compare natrium with selenium, and one more remedy which is very, very important is mercury. Selenium and natrium comes very close, in this type of perspiration, salty deposits and stiffening the lining. Again, patient comes and tells you that whenever I come after urination, I have lot of perspiration. जब भी मैं यूरिन करके आता तो मेरा पूरा बदन पसीने से भर जाता है. So perspiration after urination is again a very important symptom of natrium. With this context, you must compare few remedies. Whenever you have a very peculiar symptom and a 3 marking symptom, you must have some comparative remedies. For example, with this symptom that perspiration after urination, think about thuja, think about hipersulf, think about staphylococcus, and definitely we have natrium also. So I just discussed the important symptoms of this remedy, perspiration of natrium, and this is important. Last symptom which I recall when I had a patient where he says that जब भी मैं थक जाता हूँ ना, whenever I feel weakness, debility, it is because of perspiration. So perspiration, weakness, debility from. Whenever there is weakness, whenever there is debility, he suffers from perspiration. So this is a very, very important symptom. Do remember that perspiration, weakness, debility from. Natrum, you must remember China, remember phosphoric acid, and remember Veratramel. So these are the comparative remedy only in relation to perspiration. तो जब भी पसीना आता है और हमको सिम्टम देखने मिलते हैं, पूछिए पेशेंट से, because this will be a very important differentiating feature of the patients from different remedies. So dear friends, if you like this video, do share and subscribe. Thank you.